Back again. Travis back. Woo! Travis Thomas here on Hold My Banner, back where I belong. It's so good to see you. Are you happy to see me? Or are you like, oh gosh, this loudmouth again? Oh no. I'm back, baby. And so's the walking, talking triple double. Ante Campbell balled out. Fresno State balled out. UTEP. Legend for balling out. Inglewood. My man. What's up, Tay?
Two T's. I'm happy to be back with you, my guy. And I got a fun-packed weekend, so we got to get this episode rolling. I got to watch Deadpool. I got to see those Sox beat the Yankees. USA men's basketball on Sunday. I'm all in.
All right. Fair enough. I wanted to go backwards with you. You trying to move forward. I wanted to talk to you because I haven't seen you. We haven't done the show together since WNBA All-Star Weekend. And what's funny is I thought about you the whole time because everything we predicted came true. Sure. We called Team WNBA beating Team USA. You remember that? Yep. We called that. Yep. We saw history made it, the skills competition. We got everything. And by the way, not for nothing, Tay, I thought the WNBA All-Star Game as a game, competitiveness, till the end, do you care, the performance, I thought it was better than the men's NBA All-Star Game. Yeah. Is that a hot take, or you agree?
No, it's not. It's not a hot take. It's way better because those women are competitive. Yeah. They actually care about their sport and the product that they're putting out. Sometimes the men don't care. That's the honest truth. They're just out there to have fun, collect their little check that they get for being there.
No defense.
And not get hurt. That's it. You know what I mean? But the women came out to play. Like I told you, they were going to have a chip on their shoulder. On both sides, they really had a chip on their shoulder.
I know.
And, it was a competitive game. I loved it.
All right, look, I know you have stuff to do. I know you're looking forward to it, but I'm going to reflect with the people, if you don't mind. I've been gone for a while, so we'll bring you back in the show.
Take it away.
We'll play a game that I'm going to stink at. We'll see you soon. We'll get you out of here as soon as possible.
Yep.
But I want to go backwards, if you don't mind. I miss a couple shows, and I have a lot to get off my chest with you all. So I want to let you know, while I was out, I stayed true to thyself. And what I mean is, Team USA, men's hoops, had me cussing in front of my children. My children don't deserve the language that they heard coming out of their dad's mouth during these last two exhibition games. South Sudan and Germany both had me saying words I didn't even think that I knew, and I was saying them. They were bad. And here's why. What in the bleepity bleep was Joel Embiid doing? Tyrese Halliburton doing? Steve Kerr doing? D-Book? What were they doing besides nothing at all? Nothing. That's the answer. They were doing nothing. First of all, let's start with Joel Embiid. He looks out of place. He looks lost. He looks slow. Like, is it not obvious to everyone watching? You watched. He shouldn't start. Steve Kerr, you have Anthony Davis, you have Bam. We got to get Embiid out of here. I get they're not going to send him home, but let's just put him on the bench. Relax, Joel. Sit down. Joel Embiid's everywhere. In fact, let's face it, everyone not named Steph or LeBron looks lost to me. Now, Anthony, I'll give Anthony Edwards, he had some bad games along the way, but for the most part, I feel like he gets the ball and he at least is aggressive. If he's not shooting the ball well or he has a bad shooting night, okay, but at least he feels competent. He feels confident. He feels, all right, give me the ball. I'm going to do what I always do, right? He cooks. But outside of Steph and LeBron, including our guy Jason Tatum, I'm not impressed with anything. Drew Holiday, Derek White, there's no one you can name on this team other than LeBron and Steph that I can look at you and say, yeah, they've done a great job. And I think my theory is that all these guys, maybe outside of Tatum and all the Celtics, quite frankly, they don't understand their roles. They're so used to being the man on their team that in this setting, everyone kind of looks helter-skelter. Like, well, what do I do? What do I do now? Oh, I'm supposed to pass and share and like go with the flow of the game and figure out, oh, that's what this looks like. And they just look lost. Now, at least Tatum, who is the man on his team with Jaylen Brown, he kind of knows what that looks like. We certainly understand Derek White. You know, they get it. Drew Holiday, they get it. But they're also not the guys on their team. So you're not going to just give Drew Holiday the ball and say, take over the game late when we're down to South Sudan. Like, it's ridiculous. The other thing, outside of looking confused for all these guys that I've noticed in their roles, Steve Kerr, bro. Steve Kerr. You know, I've defended you, bro. You know how many Warriors fans over the years have complained to me about Steve Kerr, about he doesn't really coach. He can't really make adjustments. He's not really an X's and O guy. You know, when things don't go well, he's not really great. And I thought this whole time, all these years, I'm like, what a bunch of spoiled brats out there in the Bay with their wine and cheese complaining about a championship coach. I apologize to the Bay because I see it now. Steve Kerr, can you make an adjustment ever? No? Okay, great. Thanks for nothing. What's Steve Kerr doing? I just don't understand for the life of me how you have all this talent on your bench, your deep, your starters. You have old-timers. By the way, you don't even have KD yet. And I don't feel confident getting KD back is going to do a damn thing. Because this Steve Kerr, I can't say he's in over his head, but it's exposing some weaknesses about his coaching. Like, bro, come on. What are you doing? You're the G-damn coach. You're the one who's supposed to make all of this work. You're supposed to make all of this cohesive. I'm not supposed to see D-Book confused. Like, well, what am I supposed to do? They're saying Phoenix. Like, Steve Kerr's supposed to help that. He ain't. He's hindering that. In the end, well, I'm taking shots at all these dudes. I will say this. It illustrates the greatness of Steph Curry and LeBron James. That's really what I see. Because this whole exhibition series, all of it. Now, I'm just talking about since I saw you last. South Sudan, Germany, atrocious, right? But let's just collectively, let's cumulatively bring it all together. The whole exhibition series before we get to the real deal, right? I feel like there's a typical American cockiness that all of us are guilty of, right? We're American, of course. We got our chest out, chin up. That's what we do, baby. Let's go. USA, right? Cool. But every now and again, you just got to check yourself. Got to have some self-awareness. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. A little cocky. Oh, man, this other team, they came to play too. Everyone calm down. You know, look up and down the bench. Use your eyeballs. Yeah, we have Hall of Famers. Let's just regroup, take a timeout, deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. We're the best in the world. Best in the world on 3. Okay, let's go, whoop ass. And they just don't do it. You know who does? Steph and Bron. And you know, I'm not breaking any news here saying that Steph and Bron are great. But when you watch Team USA, and let's go back here to South Sudan and the Germany games. I'm harping on them because I ain't seen you since. I've been dying to talk about these games. Everyone's panicked, including the coach. What happens at the end of both games, by the way? LeBron takes over using what? God-given abilities. King James, they call him, right? Bigger, stronger, more skilled, physical, tenacious. Remember the narrative for years? Oh, LeBron doesn't want the ball at the end of the game, man. LeBron's not clutch, man. That died years ago. But you watch these games, yeah, who wanted it? And everyone knew. Give it to Bron. He ain't letting us lose. And he didn't. How did he take over the games? How did he dominate? Going to the basket. I mean, he's bullying He is bullying these other countries. Get out of the way. You see him do the flexing? You can't do anything with him. He knows it. The world knows it. King James. What about Steph? You know what's interesting that I've noticed watching these games, cussing, scaring my children? Steph is the perfect complementary piece to LeBron at the end of the game. It reminds me of when he had Kevin Durant on the Warriors. Remember? Durant came there at that time, best player in the world. Steph. Hey, Dwayne Wade did this in Miami with LeBron too. But Steph played the background to a certain extent. What's Steph do when he does that? Defense. Ups his intensity, gets steals. He's pesky. You know, he's not the biggest guy. Pesky, he's getting steals. He's in the other team's face, applying pressure. Distributing the ball. That's where we always talk about Steph Curry. Is he really a point guard? Is he? Yeah, he is. When you question, because I get the shooting, but when you question, is Steph truly a point guard when we talk about all-time points? Watch Team USA in the clutch. That's a point guard. That's what it looks like. Distributing. Trying to get guys involved. Leadership. Come on, guys. Rallying guys. Getting in guys' faces. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Leadership. Distributing. Passing. Making things happen. Off ball. And then, of course, he's the greatest shooter of all time. So when you need it, when you gotta have it, when the defense is starting to say, you know, this LeBron's guy is just killing us, we gotta put everyone on him, Steph will absolutely bury you with clutch, timely, dagger threes when you need it the most. And he's calm, having fun the whole time. So I'm telling you, Steph and LeBron James have bailed out, saved, carried, I don't care what you want to call it, Team USA men's hoops. They've done it. And I'm watching this stuff, and I'm just going nuts. I'm losing my mind watching these games. And then in the end, it's the same old song, Steph and LeBron. It's like they put on their capes. The whole team should have capes. This should be the Avengers. I should be making a joke right now in this opening rant about who's Iron Man, who's Thor. Over here we have Spidey. Oh, don't forget about the Hulk. I can't make any of them damn jokes. I mean, these guys are playing like the Village People, not the Avengers. But there were two. It's Batman and Superman. It's unbelievable to watch. Steph and LeBron, you almost see their greatness shine through the darkness of Team USA hoops right now on the men's side. You really do. And by the way, I said this to Ante before the show because, you know, I call him the walking, talking triple-double. He's a baller. He is. But he's like 12. So I know I sound like an old head, but I'm going to tell you something. Just like I'm bragging about LeBron and Steph's greatness and like how it jumps out to me on the screen with the nonsense that Steve Kerr is rolling out there right now with this team, I have no confidence in a gold medal. Let me be honest. I think they're going to win it because of Steph and LeBron, but I have no confidence. But I say all that to say, like, as I'm talking about their greatness, it takes me back to 1992 and how damn great the original Dream Team was. And I don't care. I sound like an old head. They were so great. And by the way, I do understand the people that push back and say, hold on, slow down, Trav. We understand that team was great, but international basketball was not what it is now. Trav, international players were not as deep in the NBA as they are now. Trav, the rest of the world hadn't caught up like they have now. I get all that. And I was there. I know it. So I know that point to be true. But here's a point that you don't understand. It wouldn't have mattered because that damn Dream Team was so great. They still would have smoked everybody. They smoked everybody, talk trash doing it. And you know what they had that this team can't even hold a candle to outside of Steph and LeBron? Steph and LeBron could have played on the original Dream Team. That's how great they are. But I'm going to tell you what was the real difference. So you had all these superstars, right? Of course. many of them in their prime, some of them on the back nine, but all of them stars, superstars to the highest order. You know what they got? They got team basketball, but also they pretty much took turns on who was going to dominate. Tonight, Mike, you're the guy. You're the best in the world right now anyway. Go kill him. And we know what Michael Jordan does, right? Magic, go do your thing. Okay, Magic's got him. I mean, they just took turns. Whoever, Barkley, you tonight, go ahead. And they just take turns. They played team ball, but they were still stars. They embraced their stardom. They took turns on whose night it was to be the lead singer. This team has to be bailed out by the only two singers you got. I mean, like, the original Dream Team were literally the best band ever. And now it just feels like watching this team, it's LeBron and Steph and then a bunch of ain't nobody here to see you, Otis. Like, that's how I feel watching this team. It's a mess. I miss the original Dream Team. We all knew, those of us who were there and saw it and felt it, we knew it was special when we had it. Lord knows, now that it's gone, I miss it more than ever. That was a basketball equivalent of the Beatles, the end, and I really, honestly, simply believe that is the greatest team of all time in any sport. I don't give a damn what sport. The original Dream Team. All right, I feel better now getting that off my chest. Now let's talk present day. What we got going. Let's bring it back home to the Celtics. Did you see? C's have a 9-part HBO series about last season, following them through their championship run. It'll air in April 2025, which, you know, at first glance, I thought, well, April of next year? I mean, why are you waiting so long? But then I understood. Playoffs. It's smart. You roll this out as the playoffs are rolling out in real time. Celtics going for a repeat. It's genius, as HBO always is. The other thing I noticed at first glance was, our buddy Wick, Wick, executive producer. I mean, has he met a spotlight that he doesn't like, Wick? I mean, now we know all the secrets and you really, this is daddy's team and you're just... I mean, Wick just can't get enough, can he? I was at the parade. I saw Wick on the float. I know what it is. Wick loves the spotlight. A lot of clout chasing with Wick. But besides all that, I am, as far as the series itself, I am excited to see it. Obvious reasons, right? We all have to be. We watched in real time this team win a championship and go through the regular season and mow people down and really do a great job. I always said, putting Kristaps Porzingis on a pitch count, to use another sport analogy. I thought they kept him healthy. They had some flubs that I'm sure we'll see. We remember some bad regular season losses that were head scratchers. Like, they lost to who? By how many? But it's a long season. 82 games, these things happen. Then you go into playoffs and you mow people down. So I want to see that entire journey. I'm also very curious to see Joe Mazzulla's personality, because this team's kind of boring in terms of personality. They're fantastic basketball-wise, skills-wise, team cohesion, but there's no, personalities, really. Joe Mazzulla is that. From where I sit, the guy feels like a certifiable nut job. So I kind of want to watch that play out. I want to see, is he really crazy or is he just dialing it up for the cameras? Because you can't lie in a documentary. That's what I love about these series. Last Dance was so raw, right? We just watched the Patriots dynasty. All these series, these documentaries, you can't fake it. It's another reason why I want to see the dynamic between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Are you really boys? Because you can fake in some interviews, sit-down interviews. You can fake at a press conference. You can fake in front of the cameras to a certain extent, but not in a doc, not with cameras following you for a whole season, not with cameras in places that you don't even know where they're at watching you, and, waiting for drama, because that's what we all consume. That's what we like. That's content. So I want to see that dynamic. I really want to, and I brought up Porzingis, I want to see the injury. I want to see when they finally get to the playoffs And they've done everything right with him, by the way, to make sure and ensure that he's healthy. And he is. And he's playing well. Boom. Then he gets hurt. I want to see the team's reaction, the behind the scenes, coaches, trainers, front office, Brad. I'm sure Brad Stevens will be around. I want to see their reactions. I want to see Kristaps's, the disappointment, I'm sure. Devastation, I would imagine. And then the road to coming back, right? Because we all thought, oh, here we go. He's done. And remember, originally we were hearing he's done for the playoffs. Then that changed to, well, maybe he could, if you get into a tight spot, he could come back for the Eastern Conference Finals. And they didn't get in a tight spot at all. And we were all skeptical about the finals. And Porzingis did his thing. But I want to see all of that. That whole Kristaps Porzingis roller coaster, right? That's what it felt like. I want to see that as well. So I'm excited to see this series. And I thought about this. I wrote this down. So we have the Red Sox on Netflix coming soon. We've already seen the dynasty on the Pets. I brought that up. Now we get the Celtics series. Boston. Let's go. I can't wait. I love this stuff. And even though, we all consume it day to day, we see these teams, we watch these teams, we're attached to these teams, we love these teams. This is great. This is great for the brand. All of us. This is great for Boston. So, in conclusion, I can't wait, and I guess I'll just close it out in the wise words of Jason Tatum. Boston. Boston! We did it! There you go. Let's bring Ante back. I told you I was coming back with a vengeance, Tay. I knew once I was cussing in front of my kids because of Team USA that I needed Hold My Banner. I knew Hold My Banner was therapeutic for me. I needed 20 minutes to just go off, so thank you.
You're welcome. I got a couple of things to say about this.
Of course
one,
you
all right? We'll start with the Celtics since you just ended there. Obviously, I love all of the things that you highlighted that you want to see. I personally want to see after they went on that 11-game win streak.
Yeah.
To enter March, they were rolling. Everybody was already pegging them as the champion.
Yep.
They went into that road trip. They had to play Cleveland at Cleveland. And Dean Wade, of all people, brought Cleveland back and stole that game from them in the fourth quarter. Then they went to Denver and a hangover game where they have to play a team that is coming off an NBA championship.
Yep.
And Denver just absolutely back cut them to death. And I was sitting here, I talked to you in the office, I remember.
Yep.
I was like, hey, these are the reasons. If the Celtics weren't to win the championship, these are the reasons why. I would like to see how they kind of bounced back it was towards the end of the season, so it was just kind of like a move on type of thing. They ended up winning a bunch of games. They had a slight downfall to the Atlanta Hawks for some reason in back-to-back games. But other than that, they were kind of resting guys, getting ready for the playoffs. So it was really kind of their last test for two teams that they knew, or at least thought they knew, they were going to see in the playoffs. Right. So I will be interested to see those conversations around that time. But I got to talk all that USA stuff that you were talking about. The Anthonys are here. Edwards and Davis.
Davis is I didn't give Davis his flowers. He looks good. I wasn't as impressed with Edwards as you are, and I'm an Ant guy.
He's anchoring the defense. Yeah, Ant had the South Sudan. I think South Sudan was the game that made everybody fall off Ant just a little bit. Mm-hmm. He shot 1 for 7 from 3, and I get it, but he was being aggressive. He's been playing for USA since last year and this year.
Yeah.
Extremely good basketball.
Yeah.
I can't wait. We need to talk about him a little bit more.
Yep.
But the thing about it is when you talk about the 92 team and this team and how they should be rocking the Avengers, this guy got the Avengers shirt on.
I see that.
This guy, it should be like that. But we know in this era of basketball, these guys are too buddy.
Yeah.
That, and it goes back to what I was talking about, the Anthonys being the one that are hooping. Steph, we know he don't care. He already defeated this dude multiple times, right?
Right.
And then the Anthony Davis plays with the dude, so he don't care about, you know what I mean, subduing to Bron. And then Anthony Edwards has that unwavering Michael Jordan type of confidence where he's coming in and he's like, I don't care. I feel like because of that, you can't pick and point to other guys because
Fair.
they keep looking to Bron like, yo, you're going to save us?
Right.
The other three dudes, as you talk about, Steph and the Anthonys, they're not looking to him. They're like, all right, let's hoop. So once these guys stop idolizing LeBron James
That's
at
fair.
some point and just play the game that they play that they know that they're good at, they'll eventually be great. So I'm not too worried about this team. And KD's coming.
Don't forget. But I don't feel good about that either. By the way, don't forget, Joel Embiid sucks.
Yes.
Let's call it what it is.
And I'm not going to let you
sucks.
slide by calling me 12 years old, bro. I'm not letting that slide. But all right, man. Let's do this.
I like your Avengers shirt. Does that count?
I appreciate that. Let's switch it over to Wicked or Kick It.
There we go. Wicked or Kick It, where we judge NBA player drip. I'm giving Ante a Wicked for his Avengers shirt. Sorry, I called you 12. All right, first up, who do we got here?
We got Dalen Terry, player for the Chicago Bulls. What do you think of this fit?
Let's take this full ride. I have a couple concerns. I don't hate this fit. This is borderline Wicked. I'll probably go Kick It for a few reasons. Okay. First of all, if you could see the background, it looks like your grandma's cabinet that she keeps fancy things in. Like,
I was gonna say auntie's couch.
Yeah,
that's where I was going.
I'm not
with
sure
it.
what's going on in the background behind him, but it's very grandma. And then his outfit also matches the decor because I'm not sure what's going on here. This is very curtain-esque. I don't like the overlap in the pants. What's going on there? Like right where our esteemed director Ryan is, are those, they almost look like shorts with pant legs, or are they pants that just overflowed at the top so they're flowing? It's ugly, is what I'm saying. And then the top part is just giving old senior citizen curtain or tablecloth, and I don't like any of it. So, I guess I started by saying it's borderline Wicked or Kick It. I'd like to change that vote. This is Kick It all the way to hell. This is terrible.
I agree. You know what it reminds me of? It looks like a Narnia fashion week fit. Like the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. I just I can't rock with it, Travis. Like you said, I told you that jacket, it looks like somebody's auntie's couch. You know how you go over to your grandma's house and she's got the couch that's wrapped with the plastic on it?
Yeah, you can't sit on it.
You can't right, it's in the den and you can't sit on it, but there's like smoke ashes on the ceiling. And it's like, why can't I sit on the couch?
Why can't I sit on the couch? And why do you have plastic on it if you're like, we can't sit on it? Isn't the plastic to protect it?
You know what I just thought about too? It has got the like plastic carpet cover thing, and if you step on the bottom side of it, your foot is out for weeks. It's worse than stepping on Legos. That's what he looks like. He looks like he's gonna bundle up, put on some librarian glasses, and say, "Come here, nephew."
It is very Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh,
it's the Chronic.
God.
What? Chronicles of Narnia. All right, who's next?
Yeah, so I got to give that one to Kick It. But next we got who is this? Kyle Kuzma.
What is
okay? I got to say I played against Kyle Kuzma in college.
I know,
but yeah, you take it away. Take it away.
We both you played against him. I'm a Kuzma fan, bro.
Yeah.
Ryan, take this fool, dog. Like, some things just don't even need words. Bro, why? What is this, bro? I can see all of your body.
Your body.
Like, dog, we couldn't have a little more material.
Right.
Like, you had to go sheer. You had to go mesh. You had to go, like, what is this? Is this fishnet? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Kyle, bro, come on, bro. I get it. You in the gym, you tatted. I understand. But we could see that with material too, bro. Like, you don't have to show everything.
Yeah.
I mean, bruh, he took Free the Nipple literally. like Kuz, you got to chill. And then, Ryan, please, I've seen enough chesticles. Can you move up to the face? What in the Demolition Man is going on? Yeah.
Demolition Man.
What's with the hair? What's with the shades? I can't. The whole thing, Kick It all the way back to where you got it from and get a refund because I know it's expensive.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts.
I'm too sexy for the song. Too sexy for the song. So let's just move along. Who's next?
That's what I think of this fit, man.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. That one's kicking
We
as
like
well.
Kuzma, so we're going to get off him. We kicking this. We don't want to say nothing slanderous because we're hoping you come on, Hold My Banner.
Wait.
But this is
I got
terrible.
a question, though. Is this worse than the pink sweater?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. It's not even close, dog.
All right,
Pink
next.
sweater's the 2 seed. Like, don't get it twisted. But this is the 1 seed. This is terrible.
Next, we got another real baller.
Who?
Finals MVP.
Oh!
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown's been getting on my nerves, bruh. I don't like all the outspokenness. It's too much. But I like this outfit. I do. Yeah, it's not my steez, but I at least respect that everything's fitting. There's no see-through. It's like, it's the pants fit normal. I like his shoes. The jacket seems, expensive, designer, and also I dig leather. I wish it was just straight black leather. I'm not with all the design in the front. But, Jaylen Brown's a beautiful work here, Ryan. Jaylen Brown's a fashionista. The gloves are confusing. Like, in a way, this is giving F1 driver. But I dig it. I like the beanie, the shades. This is Jaylen Brown. It's stylish. So I'll go barely Wicked, but I'll go Wicked here.
Okay, I can dig that. I think I'm gonna go Wicked on this one too. You can stay right there, Ryan, with the shades. They give me the Spy Kids 3D type of shades.
Yes,
you remember that movie, bro?
Yeah, my kids
he looks
watch
like
it
the
all
guy.
the time.
He looks like the guy. You know what I mean? Are you the guy? I'm the guy. He's the guy. He's the guy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the jacket too. It reminds me of Speed Racer. All I'm thinking is Mach 5 Speed Racer. Yeah, and then we were all the way down at the shoes. The Babe shoes with the stars on them.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
They look like Air Force Ones. We know he's not rocking with Nike, so it's almost like he's like pointing fun at Nike with that one, Yeah. So I'm going Wicked with this one as well. I love the fit, JB.
I'm over the Nike
love
stuff.
the fit.
I'm over the Nike stuff with Jaylen. All right, so you told me while I was gone, we got some fan questions? This happened while I was, since you've been gone, this happened while I was gone?
Yeah, we got some fan questions.
Yes.
So shout out to Boston is into the chat. Obviously, you guys can watch that show anytime. Please email us at thechat@nesson.com and we'll receive these emails. So I stole a couple from their show. You know what I mean?
It's not stealing, it's borrowing.
It's borrowing. And we got a couple emails, 2 emails, one from Hogan and one for Nigel. We'll start out with the one from Hogan. Okay. Hogan writes, hello. This question goes out to my guy, Tay. That's me, as you guys know. The rules of this question has rules. You only get 2 yeses and 1 no.
God. I'm glad he's going to you. Go ahead.
I will lay out 3 different statements, and you have to allocate each statement with either a yes or a no. Keep in mind, you only get an allotted amount.
Two yeses and
2
one?
yeses and 1 no.
All right.
So here are the statements, all right?
All right.
First statement, Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James all time.
You got this, right?
2, Bill Russell is a top 5 player all time. Okay. And 3, the player empowerment movement has changed NBA fans from rooting for teams, to individually rooting for players.
Okay. This is easy, Ante. Go ahead.
So
this is easy.
And then he writes, thanks so much, and shout out to the front office with love, Hogan. So that's from Hogan. Hogan, I got you. All right. 1 is easy for me. I'm rocking with yes. Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James all time. Now, where I have to put my no and where I have to put my yes on these bottom 2 is a little bit more difficult. I'm sorry, Boston fans, but I have to say Bill Russell is not a top 5 player in NBA history. And it pains me to say that. 6 is retired in the entire NBA. But, Bill, I have 5 players that I think are better than you, and I had to make a choice here. So I'm going to say no to that one. And I'm going to say yes, that the player empowerment movement has changed NBA fans from rooting for teams to rooting for individual players.
I respectfully, Hogan, am going to disagree, even though you addressed the questions, Ante. I'm going to go yeses for the first 2. The Jordan thing, better than LeBron, and Bill being a top 5. what I'm going to go no on is people rooting for players over teams is not new. That's not a player empowerment thing. That's been happening since forever. I already told you I was around for the Dream Team. I remember growing up liking Magic Johnson. I didn't grow up a Laker fan. I remember growing up loving Larry Bird. I wasn't a Celtics fan. I actually didn't like Michael Jordan, believe it or not. But I rooted for the Knicks to beat Michael Jordan because I didn't like him as a player. So I rooted for the team. That's not new. So respectfully, Hogan, I disagree with Ante. We got another one, Tay?
We got another one, but you're only saying that because you're not rooting for your hometown team. They
I'm
suck.
not.
So
I'm not.
that's the only reason why you feel that way.
Fair. I grew up rooting for players. That's a good point, though. That's true.
All right. Next question is from Nigel. He says, hey, this is Nigel. First question. Is Anthony Edwards really the number one option on Team USA after the scare versus South Sudan? I'll tell you this. It's quick. Travis and I are going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's LeBron, obviously.
Right.
But I will say that I think he's number two.
Yeah.
And I think that him having that mindset is true.
Yeah.
Yes, like I said before and earlier in this episode, South Sudan game, not great for Anthony Edwards. But otherwise, show me a bad game, and I'll show you a liar because he hasn't played bad throughout these showcase games. He's just been hooping.
Yeah, I'm with you, and you're right. We do agree. You and I talk about Anthony Edwards a lot. We love him. He's him.
Yep.
But in this case, LeBron's the number one option, no doubt. Everyone defers to LeBron. And also, even at the top, when I was absolutely giving the business to everyone not doing anything on the team, not named LeBron or Steph, I acknowledge at least Anthony Edwards is aggressive. I do like that. If he has a bad shooting game, he has a bad shooting game. But he's not lost like a little puppy out there like Tyrese Halliburton, okay? Or Joel Embiid. Don't even get me started. So, yeah, I'm with you. I agree. What's the next question? He has 3 questions?
3 questions.
Nigel, bro, I mean, we got a show here. Let's run through these.
We're going to run through
Nigel.
it. All right. Are guys like Mariel Shayok and Carlick Jones deserving of an NBA opportunity? These are guys who play for South Sudan, for those who don't know. What do you think about that, Trav?
After what I saw, you're damn right. If I was an NBA team, I'd sign him yesterday.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes for Shayok. I'm a little bit on the fence about Jones, 6'1" guard in the NBA. Look, what guys like to see is you got to finish it. You got to finish the game. That's the thing. He had the opportunity with the floater 5 feet away from the basket to put USA away. I think if he makes that shot, his narrative changes completely, and he's known as a small guard who wins. Yeah. Not just a small guard who goes out there and gets numbers.
Fair.
They want you to win, so I'm going to say no on him and yes on Shayok. Last question from Nigel. When watching players in the NBA Summer League, do you overreact to good or bad performances?
I will if it's a string of them. I can't overreact to one game. I don't care if it's Summer League or whatever it is, NBA, regular season or preseason. Yeah, I will overreact if it's a string of games where you're really bad or a string of games where you're really good. But no, one game, no. My answer, I guess, to the question would be no.
My thing is, I won't say overreact, but I do pay attention to the sophomores that make jumps from their rookie year Summer League to their sophomore year Summer League, and the quality of shots that they're taking. Whether they're going in or going out, that could be kind of a whether they're hot or not type of thing. A lot of new guys that they're not playing with, whatever, but quality of shots will make me overreact. If I see them taking a lot of good looks or their shot looks a lot better, I'll probably overreact to that.
No doubt. Well, listen, I'm just glad that we're getting some questions in, and I did at the end of the show want to gamble with you, but we'll save that for another time. You were telling me about an ESPN's top 25 NBA players of the 21st century list that got your attention, though.
Yeah, so obviously the top 25 came out for ESPN, 21st best of the 21st century. They've been doing this for all athletes. They did 100 athletes of the century. And I'm sure they talked about that on Boston in the chat. If you guys want to, you guys want to listen to that. But their NBA list runs like this: 1 Bron, 2 Kobe, 3 Steph, 4 Tim Duncan, 5 Shaq, 6 KG, 7 Nikola Jokic, 8 Dwayne Wade, 9 KD, and 10 Dirk Nowitzki. So of those top 10 guys, do you have a problem with any of the way they're listed,
No,
Travis?
I don't think problem's the right word. It's too strong of a word to say I have a problem. The top 10 is dead on to me. It's just order.
Yeah.
You could change some of the orders around here, but I don't have a problem with any of the 10 on the list. At this stage, I'm not going to lie, bro. I think I would consider moving Joker up. And I'm a Kevin Garnett fan. I would, at this point, consider him over Garnett. I would consider Wade. Man, I might consider – I'm not going to lie, bro. This is from a KG fan. I would probably move Wade and Durant before KG. I think I would put KG a little closer to Dirk. I don't have a problem with Dirk at 10. I might put KG at 9, dog, and move everyone up a slot. Other than that, I have no issue. I have no issue with the top 5 at all.
Right, and this is obviously based off of from their performance from 2000 on. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so you can't contribute to that, which is why I think because ESPN has Tim Duncan higher all time than they have Kobe, but Tim Duncan has some accolades.
Yes,
in the 1990s that Kobe doesn't have. So
that's right.
I understand it. The one that jumped out on the page on me is why is Jokic at 7, but freaking Giannis is at 11?
Fair.
I am in the camp of arguing that Giannis is a better NBA player right now through his career than Jokic is. Only drafted 1 year ahead of Giannis, but has the same amount of MVPs, same amount of finals MVPs, same amount of championships, but has more All-Star appearances, more all-time NBA selections, and he has 5 all-defensive teams, which Jokic doesn't have. So
that's fair.
I got to give Giannis the nod on that.
I'm with you to move Giannis into the 10. What I would probably do is drop someone out to add him. I don't know. I'm not willing to attack Jokic because I'm telling you right now.
I'm just saying he has to be higher. If Jokic is 7, he's
fair.
6.
I'm fine with that.
Wherever you do it,
there
he's
we
6.
agree. There we agree. I'm with you with Giannis. It's just someone's got to not make the list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got to make a hard choice. Is it Dirk? Is it KG is where I'm at.
Yeah.
On the cut side.
Yep.
And I'm leaning Dirk, to be honest.
Yeah.
To make room for Giannis. So I'm with you there.
I can see that.
All right. Well, listen. I mean, it feels good to be back today. So what we'll do here is I'll close it out, see if I can still land the plane like I always do, and then we'll come back together on the next Hold My Banner. Sound good, my friend?
Sounds good to me.
Thank you for all your contributions, and you know exactly where I'm going because our country right now is so divided. Duh. Not breaking any news there. But I will say this. Nothing like Team USA on the men's side to bring us all together for all of our disdain for Joel Embiid, who looks like he doesn't even belong out there. And then you know what this moron did? He had an interview with the New York Times, and I just want to read you this quote. How delusional can you be? Quote, he was asked if he has any doubts Team USA will win the gold medal. Quote, you look at the talent that the U.S. has, but there's equal talent on other teams. And the talent that's on the U.S. team, you also must understand these guys are older. The LeBron now is not the LeBron of a couple years ago. How dare you? So it's a big difference. Everyone would also tell you, and you can see for yourself, the athletic LeBron, dominant that he was a couple years ago is not the same he is now. I think people get fooled by the names on the paper. But those names have been built throughout their career, and now they're older. They're not what they used to be. What? He also says in the same interview, if it wasn't for injuries, he'd be considered in the GOAT conversation. No, you wouldn't, bro. No, you wouldn't. Okay? You stink. We watched the games. You're lost. You look slow. You look fat. You stink. What are you talking about? LeBron, he's not what he used to be. Boy, he sure looks like he's saving your ass, doesn't he? Because you're not doing a damn thing. But you got the nerve to say to the king that he's old? He ain't the same? He's bailing you out. Yo, Joel Embiid, all I've done all offseason is respect the 76ers. I like that they went out and got Paul George. I like that Tyrese Maxey, although looking like a linebacker, I mean, bro's been in the weight room. Hey, they signed him. He's there. They're good. Embiid, you just got to stay healthy. I'm no longer sticking up for you. I hope your team sucks. I hope you don't even make the playoffs. I mean, how dare you, Joel Embiid? You shouldn't even be on this team. You're lucky to be there, bro. Thank you. I feel better. For all of our best content of the day, a kinder, gentler Travis Thomas. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. For a very calm Travis Thomas and Ante Campbell, that's another edition of Hold My Banner. Till next time when we hold it again. Other than that, screw you, Joel Embiid. Peace.